Hi, I'm Dan. This is Dining with Dan. So tonight I got a twofer. I'm going to show you how to make the Philly cheesesteak and some baked fries that are just out of this world. Okay, so to start, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You also want to take a pot about halfway filled with water, throw that on high, get that boiled. You're going to chop up a potato. I have this handy fry cutter. If you don't have that, you can just slice them by hand. And you can do them like JoJo's. Slice them big if you want. Basically sliced into eighths. Or you can do like I'm doing. If you have this, you can cut them into what they call shoestring or small potatoes. Set those aside. We're going to wait for the water to boil. You want to boil these for a couple minutes. So I'm actually going to take these while I'm waiting for the water to boil and just throw those into a bowl. Utilize the cutting board, slice up an onion for the sandwich. Okay, so once our potatoes are strained and dried out, you basically take about a tablespoon of olive oil, throw that in there. You take about a half teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of pepper. Toss those up. I'm going to take about half teaspoon to a teaspoon of minced garlic. Throw that in there as well. And make sure that's all good and tossed really well. We're going to take and put it on a pan lined with parchment paper. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a baking sheet, put some parchment paper on that. We're basically going to dump these fries onto it. You want to spread them out. You don't want any of them touching while they're cooking. So we're going to throw those into a preheated 400 degree oven. We're going to cook those for about 25 to 30 minutes. About halfway through, we're going to pull them out, we'll flip them over so we get the other side so it's even cooking. While that's in there, we're going to get started on our Philly cheesesteak. So the next step on a Philly cheesesteak, the first step is we've already sliced the onions, then you got your meat. Now typically a Philly cheesesteak is made with ribeye meat, sliced thin. So you can either buy a ribeye and slice it yourself, or like myself, I go to the Korean market and they basically will already have it in their butcher area already sliced. So I'm going to take about maybe four slices of that. I want to cut that up basically into strips. Little pieces. So take these strips, maybe cut them into, depending how long they are, you want to cut them into, cut those up a bit. And that looks like, for my sandwich, I'm doing a fairly small sandwich, so that's probably, yeah, it's going to shrink up. So maybe I'll do one more strip. basically just want this kind of fairly small pieces of meat. We're going to move on to the stove and get this started. Now we're going to start the steak out by basically preheating the pan on medium high heat. You're going to get that good and hot. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes when I get in here. Basically just toss these fries a little bit. Flip those over. I don't have to be perfect. Kind of give them a little toss. I'm going to throw them in there for the second half. Alright, so we want that pan good and hot. The way you can tell it's good and hot is if there's water in there, it dances around little beads. You know, so that is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a little bit of grapeseed oil in there. I use grapeseed oil because I don't want it smoking up. It's got the highest smoke tolerance. Make sure that water is kind of evaporated out there before you do that, or you get that chemical reaction. Alright, so once I get that oil all spread around in there, we're going to start frying up the onions I sliced up. I also threw into that some cremini mushrooms. I'm going to take a little bit of salt, throw some salt on those, and pepper. Alright, once those get a little bit translucent, we're going to throw our meat in. Something to glaze that pan with, so we're going to put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. I'm going to turn on the vent. Basically, you want to line this meat up so it's basically about the size of your sandwich. I'm going to throw some provolone cheese on the top of that. Slice it right there. Alright. Once the cheese gets melted down, funnest part of making a Philly, you want to take that bread, put it right on top. We're going to scoop that up, right up into it. That's good. Keep throwing that up in there. Ouch, that is hot. Okay, so once the fries are done, you got your sandwich. And pull the fries out. Slap those on the side, and you've got yourself a meal. Quick and easy. And delicious. That is Philly cheesesteak with oven baked fries. And that's it. Philly cheesesteak and oven baked fries. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked what you see, please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for stopping by.